Looking for the most efficient way to get your crafters and gatherers from 90 to 100? Are you tired of the guides that leave you more confused than when you started? Wish somebody would just tell you exactly what to do and how? Don't worry, little man-children and future man-children. In today's guide, I will show you exactly how to level your crafters and gatherers from 90 to 100 in the most efficient way possible. Let's go in and get started. The requirements for this guide are, you must have access to Dawntrail and Dawntrail areas. The job you're working on must be level 90 or higher, and you must also have appropriate gear for its level. Real quick, a note for this guide. There is an assumption of basic knowledge throughout this guide since it's focused on levels 90 to 100. If you do need help getting your job through the lower levels, I invite you to look through one of my guides for that. There are some things that need to be done that will help you level quickly and efficiently. Clear as much inventory space as possible. This is crucial as juggling for space later on will slow you down and cause frustration. Also, ensure you have the following buffs/items. FC buffs or Squadron Survival and Engineering Manuals. These are obviously obtained through free company or squadron missions. If you aren't sure what squadrons are, I will leave a link in the description so you can take a look into those. But don't worry, if you just have FC buffs, that's fine. Regarding revised engineering and survival manuals, these are purchasable for 30 purple scripts each and are worth it. The engineering are for crafting and they cost crafting scripts, while the survival are for gathering and they cost gathering scripts. They are accessed through the script exchange. For crafters, it's under the purple script Master Recipes, Materials, and Miscellaneous tab. From there, it's on the subcategory of Purple Script, Music, Furnishings, Miscellaneous. For gatherers, it's under Purple Script, Regional Folklore Materials Miscellaneous, and the subcategory tab will be Music, Furnishings, Miscellaneous. Both of them grant 150% boost experience earned from synthesis or gathering, up to a maximum of 2 million experience points. The item description does state that the effect is halved over level 80, so it's 75%, but that's still up to 2 million experience. That's huge. If you don't have scripts, don't sweat. Our first activity will cover that. And finally, ensure you have tons of food to consume. It doesn't have to be any food in particular, we just want to ensure we are getting our 3% bonus at all times. So crappy level 1 food will do just fine. This guide is designed to be done in the order it's being presented in. I highly recommend doing the methods I am suggesting first, and when those are exhausted, move on to the next method. You can do it however you want, but that's just my recommendation. I want to start with custom deliveries. If you aren't sure what those are, take a look at my previous guide where I cover those more in depth. And in the interest of saving time, I will put a link in the description below for you. Back to the deliveries. These aren't new by any means, but they are incredibly effective. They are cheap, fast, give a good amount of scripts, while also giving a ton of experience. Custom deliveries allow for 12 total turn-ins per week. To open the menu, hit Ctrl-U, then go to Custom Deliveries, and then select Client. Also, to see the recipes, just access the crafting menu with N, then click Special Recipes tab, and then Custom Deliveries. Just always go with the custom delivery that has the bonus for the job you would like to level. If crafted or gathered correctly, at level 96, you will make 22.6 million experience, which is more than a level. So this will more or less take care of 2 levels per week for any job you choose. The second method I want to cover is the Wachumeqimeqi Quests, which is just the new name for job quests for crafters and gatherers. Since Shadowbringers, the Gatherer class jobs have been broken up into 5 categories. The Blacksmith, Armor and Goldsmith, Carpenter, Leatherworker and Weaver, Alchemist and Culinarian, Botanist and Miner, and the last is Fisher all by itself. The quests are given at level 90, 93, there are 2 quests at 95, 1 at 98, and the final quest at level 100, which just gives some materia. After accepting the quest, the recipes can be accessed by opening the crafting menu, Special Recipes, Class, and then you'll see Wachumeqimeqi. I recommend you pick whichever job is the furthest behind in each category and do the quest with that job, as you can only pick 1 job from each category. The experience is very similar to the experience gained from custom deliveries, if not the exact same. I do, however, apologize for not being able to show you exactly how much you gain, but I already completed them before creating this guide. You do have to gather the items for these crafts, but they aren't anything too complicated, and again, I would try to ensure your gatherers are up to the job before hitting your crafters. The next method we will use to reach level 100 are Grand Company turn-ins. I just did an in-depth video about this recently showcasing how to make guild from it, so again, take a look if you aren't familiar. By hitting Ctrl-U, you can see what is on the menu for the day, and this resets daily at 1 PM PST. The turn-in experience is amazing for these. If there is no bonus, it's about half a level or so, and if there is a bonus, it's more or less a whole level. Do not let a day go by without turning these in. This is probably the most frequent and easy way to level. Another great option is, if you don't want to craft them, you don't have to. You can simply just purchase them from the market board and turn them in. I of course recommend you do the opposite, and instead, make your turn in, and then also make extras to sell. Even if you get no bonuses, every 10 days, that's about 5 levels for a job. And one final reminder, make sure every turn in is high quality. The last method I recommend for going from 90 to 100 is collectibles. I personally would save these until the end. The reason is that the exchange of time and effort yields the least amount of return when it comes to gaining experience. Don't get me wrong, the experience can be very good, but I find that it requires your gear to be up to date, and these also require bulk amounts of gathering. But on the flip side, the scripts are also very, very nice. If you have exhausted all the other methods I mentioned before and still want to plow through, then this is the way. I did also want to offer some solid advice when doing collectibles. This is the kind of recipe you do want to do. I would hump this recipe till its pelvis shattered into 1,000 pieces. There are no hunting mats or fish needed, so I can easily gather the mats for this by the hundreds. Let's look at one I wouldn't do. Because of the gargantua hides, I wouldn't touch this nasty thing with a 10-foot pole. It would be very hard to do these in large quantities for most people. As I begin to wrap up, I did want to talk about some things to consider. Levs can be very good as well, but I personally like using them at max level for gil and not for leveling. I also think that the time gil exchange is much better for collectibles at the moment. Also, if you have tons of materials, quick synthing in bulk can give a lot of experience. And the thing is, they eventually need to be done anyway. So at some point, look at your materials and start to put subcomponents together for easy experience. Let's do a quick recap. Do your custom deliveries every week. Next, complete Wachumeqimeqi Quests every level they become available to you. Complete your Grand Company turn-ins every day, ensuring they are high quality. If you are still thirsty, work on collectibles. And finally, make sure to quick synth if you get stockpiles of materials. That's about it, guys. I gave you guys what I feel is the most efficient way to level from 90 to 100. It may not be the fastest or the cheapest, but I chose these methods and in this order to help make it efficient and easy. I want to thank you guys for watching this guide. If you did enjoy this content and would like to see more, consider becoming a channel or Patreon member. Or another free and easy way to help support the channel is just to click like or subscribe if you haven't already. I really hope this helps some of you guys out there. Thanks again, and I'll see you all next time.